So I'm Sam Allenson from Surf Street Cafe in Emerald Beach.
My name's Jasmine. I own Wig and Bean and JC Espresso. I've been operating at JC Espresso for 4.5 years and Wig and Bean for 3 months.
My name's Bennett Brown. This is the Espresso Bar in Old Bar.
Myself and a business partner bought Surf Street a bit over 3 years ago, and recently I've taken on full ownership. The long-term goal is to turn it into a social sort of hub.
The vision of B was to be, or have a place that was a breath of fresh air in the community, that people could have a bit of a home, that you could get specialty coffee, quick food, and yeah, just bring something cool to an area that I grew up in.
Artisti I've known about for a long time. I've got some close friends that use your crew for their coffee supplier, and they've always had a good experience.
And I always knew Artisti made good coffee, so I wanted to learn off the best.
But from the start, Artisti were really encouraging, really inspiring, and really pumped for what I was doing.
Cafe in the past used a different roastery for their coffee supply, and one of the first things that I've put into motion from buying out my own business partner was to switch to Artisti. So the switch has been made quite recently, but already with dramatic change, they've made the transition quite easy. There's been a lot of training days, there's been a lot of support from the Artisti crew. It's been a great experience.
So Luke suggested the shipping container because they're cool, they're easy, there was nothing there. I had to create my own business and create my own space. So Luke did the whole thing for me. He found the shipping container, he shipped it down, he fitted it out exactly how I wanted it to be, and organised me and put it on site. I think the only thing I organised was the crane. Luke done the whole thing, it was great.
So from the start, it was really cool to be able to ask Jimmy around graphic design stuff, colour palettes, marketing. So we set this up from scratch. We leased this shop front. There's a few different things before us. There's a laundromat, a butcher, a dress shop. And I guess I always had my eye on it to be a cool little espresso bar. I always wanted to do something small and have kind of less overheads and keep things really simple and do things really well. And so yeah, we set it up from scratch.
Immediately started running me personally through their training processes, which are very broad compared to what I've experienced in the past, and very comprehensive, which I thought was really great, especially from my main baristas down to my junior staff who might make the occasional coffee or cover breaks. Everyone has been trained up to that same level to be able to produce that one product.
I do train my staff, but I always send them to Artisti first for a training course because you can get that one-on-one time, that sit down, that more knowledge. Like I learnt how to make coffee 7 years ago, and the knowledge and the equipment and the dosing and everything has changed and everything has evolved. So going to Artisti when you guys have the Christmas parties and stuff, the staff's really knowledgeable because I get to keep learning. When you're a business owner, it's really hard to keep learning when you're not indulging in the roastery like you guys.
It's been good to be able to chat to Jimmy and the guys at Artisti and say, hey, I'd love for you to come and maybe do a bit more training with our staff and talk about what specialty coffee really means, and they've been really open to that. They were there on my opening day. They were able to train me and my partner and to really help us. And yeah, it's just really cool that our roaster can be a part of that process and that training as well.
But since Artisti's come on board, understanding the science of it and that chemistry and how important recipes are and consistency has been I've found it really enlightening. And again, from a chef's point of view, that's crucial for any good recipe, which I love, and that's a big thing about Artisti and the quality of their product.
Especially since having the hot air roaster, there's always been that massive consistency. You can never tell the difference. It just tastes amazing.
Something that we get a lot here is that the coffee is so good. We agree, but we wanted to we wanted to find a specialty coffee roaster that I guess was able to work with us and the palate that we think the community enjoys.
So with ordering, Artisti introduced me to a great app called Momentum, which makes it super easy because I order once a week, but being that it's a pretty busy lifestyle running a cafe, it's as easy as grabbing my phone, opening the app, I go straight to my Artisti file, and there's all the products that they have available, which isn't just coffee beans, it's anything that I could need to do with stocking my bar. And I just click on what I want, I shoot it through, bang, it's there a couple of days later.
So Artisti was able to set me up really well with equipment, and it did take away a lot of that stress of trying to figure it out myself. I looked at buying and leasing and all sorts of different things, and Artisti were able to kind of show me what I needed, or at least give advice. And it was really cool because it wasn't mathematical, it was having conversations and working out what was best for the shop and what we wanted to do.
He then gave me a Llama-Zoppo machine, a Swift grinder, so that I could continue pumping out what I wanted, which was quick, grab and go, good coffee. Artisti's response to my breakdowns has been fantastic. If it's been a grinder, they've got a grinder in tow for me. If it's a coffee machine, obviously a little bit different.
The cool thing about Artisti is they've got this weird, cool balance of being really protective and passionate about their brand and their product, but really empowering in how we run our own business. And so it's been really cool to have that expertise and to draw on and lean into, and to get the product really right, but they want us to be able to express that in our own way, in our own business, which has been really cool.
You get that approachable nature from everybody that is working at Artisti. They're all approachable, they're all friendly, you can get to know each other, and that's the biggest thing. If you have a problem or you have an issue or you need help in any way, you need somebody that you can feel like you can call at any second and that they'll be approachable and that they will want to work it out with you or problem solve with you. And they're really big on, I find Artisti is really big on, where are we going to grow our customers? It's not all about where are we going, like it is obviously about growing Artisti, because the more customers, the bigger the customer base goes, the bigger they get. But it's more, they don't take over the show. It's about you finding your own path, you capturing your own market, and you reaching your goals.
Well, for the first 3 years of operating this business, while I was super cautious and hesitant maybe about making a change, thinking what if it didn't work, what if people didn't like the new coffee, or all these different scenarios would play out. But from the moment I signed that paperwork, I knew I'd done the right thing. And it's not something to be scared of, especially when you change into a brand like Artisti that puts so much into their brand. It's been a dramatic improvement. So do it. Do it, dudes. But just don't do it if you're too close to me, all right? This is my turf now.